We all love the sound of money, and a $1,500 sign-on bonus sounds even better. That's right, Bellisio Foods of Jackson is offering a $1,500 sign-on bonus to new employees. Receive an extra $100 your first 6 weeks, then $400 after day 90, and $500 after day 180. Don't wait. Apply online at BellisioFoods.com/careers today. That's BellisioFoods.com/careers. Come work for a company who truly values their employees. Come work for Bellisio Foods.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV. Of course, Jennifer here to start off your morning with one of our great friends, Dennis Reinhardt. And you are here today to talk about some amazing opportunities for people to get, well, free stuff. And you just, you don't see that very often now, do you?
No. This event is called KLIPS for Kids, and it's going to be held this Sunday at the Christ United Methodist Church Community Center there, and it'll be from 1 to 4, and it's open to any kid, grades K through 12, and that's not just only the Jackson City School District, that's Oak Hill, that's Wellston, all the kids of the county is there for them. And they'll have an opportunity to get a free haircut. They will also have an opportunity to get school supplies. They will have an opportunity to get personal items, bags with shampoo and soap and toothpaste and toothbrushes, those sorts of things, and some cookies in that bag also.
Hey, free cookies, I'm there.
Yes. And they can sign up for the Imagination Library.
Wonderful.
And it should be a very good event.
You know, let's talk for a minute about Indivisible Appalachian Ohio and what that organization is, how it got started, and then I do have a few questions about the event. So could you fill us in on all that?
Yeah, Indivisible Appalachian Ohio started in 2016, centered in Athens County. It's a nonprofit group. It serves 7 counties, and Jackson County, of course, is one of them. The counties are Jackson, Athens, Vinton, Meigs, Hocking, Washington, and Morgan County.
Okay.
And we've done KLIPS for Kids in Vinton and Meigs County before. We have done such things as during the lockdown, during the pandemic, we assisted the Southeastern Ohio Food Bank in food distributions at the Meigs County Fairground and at the Vinton County Fairground. And it just really made an impression on me, the numbers of cars. What we did was cars would have a clothespin on the windshield wiper, and that signified how many families were in need there. Big semi truck came in. We unloaded pallets of food. We had a line down through there. The cars would drive by. They would have their trunks open, and we would throw various food items, put them in there.
Yes.
And sometimes you'd have 3 families that needed it. A lot of these people were, elderly people. There were small children in the cars, and they were so appreciative that they got a bag of apples. If you said you like apples, and the smile on their face, because I don't think they got much, and that was really important to them. In Jackson County, what we did was we raised money for the Jackson area events and festivals that distributes food in the county.
Yes.
We bought them a conveyor to make it easier for them to unload food. We bought them a freezer, and there were individuals in Jackson that pledged monthly donations for 6 months. We decided to carry it on for 6 months to provide for the food pantries through the Southeastern Ohio Food Bank. And that money was spent in Jackson County. It was always tagged where whoever was giving in their county, that money went to our county is what it went to. So
wow, that's amazing.
They also do things like try to get people to feel like they're empowered. It's not a hopeless situation, and they do have a voice. They do have power, and we try to get them to, we have like voter registration drives too. Also, we're not partisan, so it doesn't have anything to do with Democrats, Republicans, whatever. We're just trying to empower, and we're trying to help people.
Yeah.
This part of Ohio is a forgotten part sometimes.
100%.
And right now, with the way the economy is, we're really through this Clips for Kids. We're trying to make our presence known, and that we'll be more active in the county is what we're doing.
I think this is like when I got the flyer, I was like, this is so good, because I know that you were on with Matt just a little bit ago, and, he was talking about, he has three girls, and, let's just be honest, girls are a little picky about what their hair looks like. And so, haircuts are expensive, and, you start talking about back to school haircuts for all your kids, and it adds up very, very quickly. So you have like a pool, or a corral of very talented hairstylists that have literally donated their time for this. So this isn't like, you and I are going to be cutting hair. Which can get ugly real quick.
Right.
These are professional hairstylists that have donated their time.
Yes.
And I think that is definitely worth mentioning that, you're going to get a professional haircut for free. So you need to bring your kids.
Mm-hmm.
So could you give these folks that have made this possible a plug, because they certainly deserve it.
Yeah, the stylist that we have is Natalie Kranitz. She's from Oak Hill. She does hair utensils also, as well as the cuts. Courtney Teeters from the Brook Lane Studios here in Jackson. Gavin Jones from the Razor's Edge. Becky Mayhew from the Village Haircutters, and Hayden Brown from the Village Haircutters, and Paula Eisen from the Hair Happening. So they're all donating their time.
And very professional.
Yes,
folks.
It's just really generous. And we have some sponsors that have really come through for us and have been part of this. So this is kind of like a community effort, And
Love it.
I think this is good because our community can come together. We can make things better in our community. Sometimes that's really tough at the national and state level, and you feel you don't have any power to do anything. But we do to make Jackson better, to make the county better. We do have that ability to do that.
Yep.
The sponsors that have come together, of course, Indivisible Appalachian Ohio, they've supplied a lot of the materials that are being used. Elizabeth's Flowers and Gifts, she supplied the school supplies.
Okay.
We have Southern Ohio Smiles and William Ubritton, or dentist here in town. They supplied toothpaste and toothbrushes for the kids.
Oh, great.
Wendy's of Jackson has supplied vouchers for the kids. Quality Inn of Jackson, Days Inn of Jackson, they supplied shampoo for us for the personal items bag.
Very good.
Seward Folks Insurance Agency, they've donated so we could buy gift cards for door prizes. We are going to have door prizes there. Cool. The Jackson Food Program, Oak Hill Union Local School District, the Christ United Methodist Church. Individuals donating. You got the Mark Wood Fun Show, Close Magic Trick and Balloon Sculptures. He's going to be there.
Oh, goody. Yeah. We love our friend Mark. Happy birthday, Mark.
The Leos that are the youth division of the Lions Club, they're going to assist. Sharon Leali and Louie the Library Dog is also going to be there. And we may have some guest appearances from some of Louie's friends, too. I guess Louie gets tired after about an hour, so he needs some
recruited some friends.
Some reinforcements, yes. Bill and Aggie Martin, they've generously donated. Sean Houston, Marsha Lewis, Nora Allen, and Scott McIntosh at the Christ United Methodist Church. He is helping us set the whole thing up and lay things out there. So those are the people that are helping out with this event.
And if you don't know where the Christ United Methodist Church is, it's right beside the police station here in Jackson. The Family Life Center is the big, I'd like to say new facility, but it's probably not that new anymore. But it is a beautiful, wonderful facility.
One more thing. We ask a couple things of people that are coming that
Sure.
when their child comes that they have freshly washed hair.
Okay.
The other thing is we're going to ask the adults to fill out a survey while they're there. And what that will do will give us an idea of what the needs are in this county for anything that's going to happen in the future.
Love
so
that.
that's very important.
Yes, it
you
is.
know, and also if somebody has an individual need, they can contact us too. There will be a number. And one of the things I want to do, and I want to make this understood, if those doors close at 4, I'll talk to people and we'll find a way to get them school supplies or whatever later on in the week. Okay.
Okay.
Those sorts of things. You know,
We're not going to turn kids away because of time or whatever. We don't want to do that.
yeah, we don't want to close anybody out.
The whole point is to help.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes, it is. And hopefully we'll become a little bit more visible in the county and be able to do some other projects here and stuff.
Would love that. Absolutely. So if can people join your group?
Yeah, there's a public Facebook site that's called Indivisible Appalachian Ohio, and there's a phone number there at the bottom that you can contact them.
Yep, and it's 740-467-6160 if you're interested in joining or donating or helping.
Is helping us with any of our projects. Yes, those would be the things to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Because again, you're not just helping Jackson or Wellston or Oak Hill. I mean, you're doing what? Would you say 8 counties?
We're doing 7.
7 counties.
Seven counties.
Around our area. So that is huge. And we can't thank you enough for that. That's amazing.
Yeah, and being a teacher as long as I was,
Yes.
I had a firsthand idea of the need in this county and the people that are really struggling economically also.
Yes. And this pandemic has not helped matters at all.
No, and and sometimes government can't cover all that. They really can't. And again, we also want to empower these people, to realize that they do have a voice, and we want to educate people that you can help other people and you can help yourself also.
Yes.
Some things are beyond our control a little bit outside of our communities, but we can make things better here,
No, and I love that. And you know what I think is so cool about our area is because we have been kind of the forgotten part of the state. There is part of Ohio that's southeast of I-70, but a lot of people don't know that.
No, they don't.
And
they don't.
But you know what? It is, by golly, it's forced us as small communities to take care of our own and take care of each other. And what you're doing is a wonderful testimony to that, because we just got to do it ourselves because no one else is taking care of us.
Yeah. Well, one of the things here, it says wake up, and
Yeah.
a lot of I don't want to say apathetic, but a lot of people, they get involved in their own world, and
we're in our little bubbles.
And we need to realize that this affects us all. It affects the quality of life of everybody in the county. One more thing, this community conversations. This is a project we're doing in Athens County, and again, it's a surveying and canvassing project to find out what the needs are of people in rural areas. And again, whether it's the State House or Washington, D.C. or whatever, sometimes they don't realize what our needs are, And so this project is an ongoing project. It'll go on until September, and hopefully information gleaned from that will help people in this area and help communities in this area.
Love all of that because, again, we need it down here. And, with gas prices the way they are, we were talking off the air and James was part of it. You go to the store and it's almost like pandemic stuff where everyone was hoarding things, but there just isn't anything there.
No.
You go and aisles are empty, and I don't know why that is unless the supply chain is just getting all completely messed up.
Yeah.
But people also can't afford what is there.
Right. right. And
And I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just saying everything is so expensive now.
well, it was very frightening, probably for some of these people during the lockdown when they couldn't get anywhere. They had no money to get food.
Correct.
And it was a great service that the organization provided, and along those food distributions, it was AmeriCorps helped, and the Ohio National Guard also helped, and we all worked together to do that.
Isn't that wonderful when organizations, get together for the right reasons?
Yeah, and people, we don't have to be so divided. When we're working together, helping, hey, let's put aside some of these differences and let's work together, and that kind of brings us together too, if we can do that.
That common 85-90% of things that we all agree on is what we should all focus on, and the other crap should just be whatever.
Yes.
And we can all agree on a whole lot of things, like we love our families and we want to help each other, and we need food and water and all of these things. It shouldn't be that hard for everybody to get together and agree on that kind of stuff.
No, and it's a good opportunity, the conversations that we can have with each other.
Sure.
And hey, work shoulder to shoulder and together and focused on things to make things better.
Love it, and I think that should be the goal at the end of the day. Life's hard, man. Let's do what we can to make someone else's easier.
And sometimes there's an attitude that if somebody gets something's going to be taken away from you, and that's not the truth. It's just not the truth, and we can help each other.
Exactly. And there is a need out there, so don't think that there's not.
Oh, yes, there is. Yes, there is.
And I'm sure you've seen it firsthand, and I'm sure you could sit here and tell stories all day long about that.
Yeah, I mean, just
as a teacher, that has to be hard because, and we've talked about that, and that's why the pandemic was so rough when the kids weren't in school. And we talked with Phil Howard about that, and I spoke with friends that are teachers, and one of their biggest stressors was the fact that they don't have their hands on these kids every day and their eyes on these kids every day, because sometimes they're their best advocates.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is now. I think 100% of the kids could get assisted lunch and breakfast program. But at one time, I think in Wellston, it was like 80-90% of the kids were eligible for that, and probably similar in Jackson County. So, during the summer, if the churches do not provide a food program for them, and during school, if the schools don't, then those are 2 good meals that the kids can have a day.
Exactly.
That they wouldn't have otherwise, and stuff. So,
I mean, the fact that there are children, number one, how are they supposed to learn? How are they supposed to concentrate when their little bellies are growling?
When you're hungry, you don't.
No, it's not okay. And I just, you grow up spoiled to the fact that, I never thought about that much because I didn't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Was very fortunate in my upbringing. And these little kids, they can't fend for themselves. They need help.
Now, I was different when I was growing up. My family really had a need for those types of things. And of course, not all of that existed at that time, and my father got very ill and he couldn't work, and there were 5 kids in the family. And so I learned growing up, about this thing. So I kind of had to understand where people are coming from.
Sure. And that's wonderful that you're giving back now.
Yeah.
Love that.
Thank you.
Yes. And was talking to somebody the other day that became very interested in food. And, one of the reasons he said he is because when he was growing up, he basically had to fend for himself. His home life was not great. And he would open the cupboards and maybe there was ketchup and brown sugar and a loaf of bread or something. And he had to figure out creative ways to feed his siblings and himself. And then this passion for, food came out of
Right.
that, because it was kind of like, well, if I can make something out of bread and ketchup, like literally,
Yeah,
I can do this, and I can make great things with great ingredients.
Right.
So sometimes good comes out of that bad, but yeah, when you have to literally get creative and eat ketchup sandwiches, that's not okay.
No, well, I'll tell you a little bit of a funny story. When I was a kid, if you drank your milk in the evening, then you would not have milk for breakfast. So because we just didn't have it. So when I left home, I remember the first time, I still had that habit. I had my milk in my refrigerator, but it was like, wait a minute. I can drink milk whenever I want now, But
I can buy 2 gallons of milk.
But
It's
I mean,
okay.
you were just so conditioned to
Sure.
that, and I can understand people probably go through the same things today. If you drink your
Absolutely.
milk in the evening, you won't have your milk for breakfast. That's just the way it is.
Yes.
So
Yep.
this, even the school supplies, you're talking about haircuts, but
My goodness.
parents can't afford, what are you going to do if the school says this is what you need and you don't have the money for it, You don't have the money for it. And that's really important too. And personal care items also that we'll be giving out too. There have been situations where kids, they don't have an opportunity to have shampoo. They don't have an opportunity to have deodorant, those sorts of things, And
Wow.
I know that's hard to believe.
It is, but
it is, So these items will help get them started. Haircut will help. They can go to school and they can have a haircut. Hey, I've got a good haircut here.
sure.
I've got school supplies, and nobody has to know where they came from, and they don't have to feel, alienated or, made fun of or whatever because they don't
Right.
have what the other kids have. So hopefully we can take care of some of that.
Is there anything? Yes, absolutely. Is there anything that you all need for this event? And again, this is coming up this Sunday
Mm-hmm.
at the Christ United Methodist Church. Is there anything that people can do to help you with this event?
I think we've got it pretty well covered,
Okay.
but in future events, and hopefully we will have Indivisible Appalachian Ohio will have future events. Yeah.
Yes.
If we could get more people in the community involved, that would be wonderful.
It would be wonderful. And again, you're helping, all of the counties around our area, not just Jackson County or Benton County. 7 counties around our area is a big lot of area to cover.
Yeah,
a lot of kids, a lot of people to help.
Yeah, somebody from the newspaper called me and said, "Are you going to be doing anything in Benton County?" We're not going to be doing that, but in Wellston, I wish I knew who was doing it. Somebody else a week after this is doing haircuts also.
Okay.
Wellston, maybe you could find out or something.
Sure.
Who that is.
We'll get on that, won't we, James?
So if they miss the opportunity with us, then maybe they can go to Wellston also and get those things done.
Yeah, and the whole point is, come on out and have some fun, get some cookies and free school supplies. Who doesn't want that?
Louis the library.
Yeah, see Louis. Like he's
Mark Wood.
precious. Get a balloon animal. Like it'll be like a day of fun too, on top of all of that. And no, this school supply thing, I've told this story, speaking of need, and I wish I had had money with me, because I never have money with me. But I can remember, and this has been numerous years ago now, but I was in the aisle at one of the big box stores, and there was a lady standing there, and she was just like, her eyes were about this big and the tears. And I said, "Are you okay?" And she was like, "I can't afford this stuff."
Yeah.
She had the list, and it gets me all like, because I was just like, oh God, like, she's like, "I have like 3 kids." And I said, "Well, could you buy half now and half later?" And she's like, "That's what I'm going to have to do." And I thought, oh no. And if I had had money, I would have given it to her, but I didn't. Right. And it was just a really like wake up call for me that, no kid should have to go to school with no school supplies or be shamed because they can't afford it or mom or dad can't afford it. Like, that's not okay.
Exactly. And, another story, and I mean, I know these things are kind of heartbreaking and stuff. This was a long
They
time
are.
ago. In the teacher's staff room, of course, we had a refrigerator, and the teachers would put their lunches in there.
Yeah.
Well, this has been way back, but anyways, their lunches were coming up missing. And so they were blaming this one guy that we taught with, that he was going in there and eating their lunch. It's another teacher.
That's the typical break room of any any place anyone ever works. Is people get blamed for that.
One of the lady teachers, there's a restroom in there, she decided, well, one day, and it happened in the morning, I'm going to wait in there and I'll look through the door and see what was going on. And there was a little girl that had been dropped off early to school, and she was hungry.
Oh, not okay.
No.
Not okay.
And, I don't think in some situations it's changed much even since then.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And, again, we all live with our head in the sand. So, we're not here
wake
to
up.
preach today, but wake up. Like, literally. There are drugs in our area and kids are hungry. Like, wake up.
Yeah.
Don't say there's not a problem. And there is.
There is. And, people outside of the community, government politicians, they need to be made aware of this stuff too.
Yes.
And we need not be bashful about demanding of them too,
Agreed. 100%. I mean, we elect them, and James and I were just having a conversation about that off the air. These people are elected. We elect them to represent us.
That's why they're supposed to be public servants.
Yes. So
yeah,
serve us.
Yes.
Now I will, give the governor's office a big shout out for this $500 million that they're sending down our way, and we all have to figure out how to spend it. And what a great problem to have.
Well, and again, this community conversations project, that is the main reason we're doing it. You have money. How do you spend it? What do people need?
Yes.
Sometimes it's hard to find out what people need. So hopefully these surveys that we're canvassing,
Love that.
They basically selected several counties, and this is working with a group, rural organization. But they've selected counties by computers. They randomly selected addresses, and so you get an unbiased, survey. So you're not getting Republicans, Democrats, whatever. You're asking people, and it's anonymous, and you're just telling them, "Hey, we're not trying to sell you anything. We just want to know, what do you feel is most important in your community? How can you make things better? What are things, that are good? What are things that are bad? Do you feel like maybe your elected politicians, local level, state, whatever, do you feel like they listen to you, or they listen to people in this area of the state?"
Sure.
We really
Love it.
We really do have to empower ourselves, because we can sit and nothing's going to happen. If you just say, "I'm not going to be involved and I'm going to go about my life, whatever." Unfortunately, there's some people that they don't have the luxury of, going on about their lives, and we need to be involved, We need to be involved. And that's the Indivisible Appalachian Ohio, that is a goal. We talk about educate. We're educating people that there is a problem. There is a need.
There is. And then we need to educate them on, where they can turn for help as well. And don't be ashamed or I feel like the people that need the most help are the ones that won't say anything.
Right.
But please say something.
Yeah, and I can understand that too, because you don't want to draw attention to yourself.
Sure, and you're proud, and that's okay.
And that's okay too. It's okay too. But kids are kids, and we need to make things better for kids. So
we do.
Hopefully this will help.
Well, God knows that you love kids. You served as a teacher for many, many years in many different aspects, and very respected, and we appreciate that.
Well, thanks.
As well, because being a teacher, We could do a whole show on that too,
Right.
or 12.
Yeah, and you get into it, obviously not for the money. And these teachers that are working now, they should be paid more, especially the responsibilities that they've had to take on since the pandemic.
Yes.
But you get into it because you want to help kids.
Yes.
And your reward is seeing people succeed. And, if they feel successful, they kind of light up. I've learned this. I've learned how to do this and this. And that's one of the best things you can get. And going back to what we're doing, it's also a very good feeling to help people.
Yes.
It is. And people don't understand how good that feels to do that.
Sure. And there is a need out there. So
Yes.
Absolutely. I was just thinking to myself, you were talking about the food banks and all that. I mean, it's pretty crazy that it took, a young man from Athens, Ohio, to give a Heisman speech to bring attention to our little area.
Well, we're forgotten. That's what I mean. We're forgotten.
It was like all of a sudden, all of this money poured in, to the food banks and whatever. But of course, that was a one-time feel-good thing and whatever. And I'm not saying that other people aren't helping, but and it was wonderful what Joe Burrow did because he brought so much attention to our area.
That's another thing right now. People need to know that food pantries and food banks are running low on food.
Very
right
much.
Now.
So
Yes,
all of you that got all feel good when he gave that speech and threw all the money that way, while it was so much appreciated, all of those supplies and things have really
right
gone
now
down.
there's a serious need in this county. There's a serious need to help supply the food banks and food pantry.
So we should get a hold of Nancy and some of the folks that do the food banks around here, and have her come in and talk about how to help.
I think that would be
locally
very
too.
important, and I think that to educate people about what's going on right now and the need, because it's something people don't think about, but people depend on those places. They really do.
They do. And, it's funny. I was walking through Columbus the other day and a neighborhood. And, I just thought it was so precious because there were several houses that I saw that had like the little giving boxes just, in their front yard. And I was like, wow, that is so good that, people are thinking about that. But we should all be doing that too.
Yeah. I mean, things are tight for us sometimes, but compared to what other people,
No.
I mean, there's something you can do. There's something you can give, whether it's food items or monetary support of some sort to these places. And this group, Indivisible Appalachian Ohio, this is just an organization that has some benefactors that help them.
Great.
And the members provide the the footwork to do the things and stuff. So
you're like the little soldiers out there implementing.
We're the soldiers,
all of
and
this.
We have the people that organize it, and those people are a little bit smarter than me, so they're very good at it in the organization. So we have some very talented people that help it.
And everybody's heart's in the right place, so that's the main thing. Yeah, we should make like T-shirts. Have Zip make T-shirts that says like "Throw your politics in a trash can."
That's right.
And wake up.
Yes.
Like seriously, because at the end of the day, like it's just dumb. It's all dumb.
And you look at it, it's to the benefit of some people to divide people.
100%.
But it's not to the benefit of the people that have to suffer from the consequences of it.
Correct. The majority of people.
Yes. And you got to kind of prioritize what is important. It's like we're arguing over this little piddling thing while somebody's going hungry. I mean, that's just,
like literally we're
I mean, it's just like you said, the things that we consider important that cause us to be mad at each other, to argue with each other. If we got together and helped each other on projects like what we're doing here and stuff, we would find we had more in common than we have in differences.
100%. And we should have T-shirts that just say empathy.
Yes.
Because that's the word. I mean, we should all live with empathy.
Yes.
If you don't agree with someone, find the common ground that you do agree on.
And it also comes down to, this is in your own interest, whether you're suffering, from poverty or not. We all suffer from the consequences of something like that in our community.
Sure.
We really do.
Yeah.
And I would like to see people get excited just about making this place better.
Yeah, and help each other.
Yes.
If there's anything that happens in our small communities, it's that I think that people do help each other. And like I said earlier, I think it's probably more out of need, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We've grown up that way. But I will say, our area of the woods. I've told this story 100,000 times, but being at the restaurant and talking with people and the brewery and, people, we have so many travelers that travel through this area. You have no idea until, you're out talking with them in the public. And, every single person, I didn't have anybody that says, wow, people are rude here in Jackson, Ohio. Is always, why is everyone here so nice? Like, we walked from the hotel down here and like 5 people said hello to us on the street, and we were so confused. And I'm like, well, that's what we do here.
Yeah.
You go to the big city, you say hi to someone on the street and they like run from you.
Yeah.
But we are friendly here, and I think that's what makes people feel welcome.
And we have a good business community that supports a lot of things. I know that they have gathering gifts for Christmas and stuff,
Yes.
and Pete Bopp and Jason Gillum and those people, they work hard. So,
Yes, very.
If we could just work together and, not just the businesses, but to get people involved.
Yeah. No, and I agree with that 100%. All right. So there's so much going on, but this one event, we hope that you will come and, get a free haircut. Like, who doesn't want a free haircut, right? For your kids. And that is, again, this Sunday, August 7th, 1 to 4. There's the flyer there, KLIPS for Kids. Such a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for you. Free school supplies, some snacks. All they ask is that you come with freshly washed hair.
That's right.
And cookies.
Have a little cooperation from, the parents. Just fill that survey out, because that'll help us determine in the future what we may need to do to help, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. And this event brought to you by Indivisible Appalachian Ohio. 740-467-6160 if you would like to join, or if you would like to help or have any questions. Also, Facebook page, Indivisible. That's so hard to say. Indivisible Appalachian Ohio. You can
There's
tune
a public
in there
Facebook page you can find.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and help these folks help others.
Yes. Thank you.
So, yeah. And you get to see Louie, the library dog. You get to see some other fun animals like Mark Wood.
Oh, Mark Wood.
He will be making balloon animals. He is not an animal.
Yeah.
Not quite. Do we have any questions, James? No? Okay. Just thought maybe we had somebody ask something, so... is there anything else you would like to talk about while you're here? We have a few minutes.
Well, it's just, there are right now about 24 people that are the volunteers that are helping with this. And they've done other things, like I said, during the lockdown and stuff.
Yes.
Some of these same people and stuff. And I'd like to go through them, but I know that I would forget. But
yeah, we don't want to get in trouble with that.
They are some of the nicest, best people in our community that are helping with this. And several of them are school teachers and ex-school teachers, and those people also. So yes, so
that's good. Wonderful.
It's good.
And thanks to them for helping.
Anything else you'd like to know about some other things that the organization has done. They had to get people involved and understand that one of the ways that their voice can be heard is through their vote. They've done things called Pooch Patrol, where they dress their animals up in Athens patriotically.
Love that. So
to get
good.
people to register to vote and to get them involved in voting.
Paint your dog like the American flag and go for it.
Right. Uncle Sam or whatever. It'd be nice if we could do that around here. I think that would be really fun.
It would be.
And stuff. I know what was it, Sixth Sense, or was it Archinetti's that did the dog thing?
We do the Sixth Sense, yeah. We do
That's very popular.
Yeah, it's fun.
Stuff. It is.
Yep.
People love dogs.
Who doesn't love dogs? And sometimes it's easier to help dogs than it is to get people to help humans,
It is.
It's help. Because they're unconditional and they don't make anybody mad.
Yeah, that's true.
They aren't. They're not politically. They're politically neutral.
They're not political. They're neutral.
They just love everybody.
Right.
All the same.
Right. Yes. Oh, yes. So. Again, this organization it's nonpartisan, it's non-political.
Love that.
Basically, we're just trying to bring people together and make them recognize that they have the voice, that they vote, and help some people, help make this a better place.
Help. That's it.
That's right.
Wake up.
That's right. That's right. I was trying to think if there's anybody I missed or anything. I think I got everybody. I hope I did, because I really appreciate their help. But these door prizes, when you go to fill out your survey or whatever, you have an opportunity, and basically what they are is gift cards like to Kroger's and gasoline and things like that. That people need. So you have an opportunity, and you don't have to be present to win those. So we'll get the phone number and everything stuff, and it's kind of important. And I know that people want to hang around when they're in there, but I don't know how to put this. Once you get your hair cut and you
get out,
go to, well, I don't want to say it that way, but we are dealing still with
just be safe.
COVID, yeah. And so we're trying to keep a flow through there.
Yes,
and the facility we had, they just put in a new ventilation system, the Christ United Methodist Church, because they had a similar event. And that ventilation system was specific to that. We talked to the health department, and they basically, again, stressed, you can't require people to wear masks, but it's important to wear masks. And we will have masks there to provide people that want to use them while they're in that space there.
Sure. We don't want kids going back to school with COVID, so.
No.
Fresh hair and COVID.
Yeah, that's right. So,
no. We don't want that.
So, yeah, we would appreciate if people would help out on that, a little bit too.
Stay kind of apart.
I know it will be hard if Louis the library dog's there, Mark's there to leave, because Mark Wood will be entertaining you and everything. But we do need to move while we're in there.
Keep the flow going.
Keep the flow going. That's right. I will.
Love that.
I will try to recognize. I didn't write the list of everybody that's volunteering with this, but I will try to recognize later on when this is over who helped us with these things.
Well, because we can't thank you all enough, and again, these are professionals giving up their time on a Sunday when they would typically be off work. They're one day off work typically to donate their time and their abilities.
And remember who these people are. These stylists.
Yes.
Remember what they've done.
Right. And if you see them out on the street, thank them profusely, and maybe consider them if you need your next haircut.
Yeah, again, Natalie Kranitz down to Oak Hill, Courtney Teeters, Brook Lane Studios, Gavin Jonas, Razor's Edge, Barbershop, Becky Mayhew, Village Haircutter, Hayden Brown, Village Haircutters, and Paula Eisen, Hair Happening and Tanning. Hey, appreciate these people.
Absolutely.
Giving their time here,
Absolutely.
and helping their community.
Very good. Very good. Well, get over there. If you're interested, once again, Indivisible Appalachian Ohio, 740-467-6160. If you'd like to maybe donate some time, some money, some whatever.
Or if you need any
or if
kind
you
of
need
help.
anything,
Yeah.
please give them a ring.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
all right. Thanks, Dennis.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, we
Thank you.
appreciate you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I always enjoyed it. I enjoyed it before when I was there.
Anytime. You come see us anytime.
Okay.
Love
All right.
talking with
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
All right. And let's head on over to the weather forecast while Dennis is running out of here because he's a busy guy. Looks like today, so we do have some rain in the forecast for the next several days, but it's kind of off and on. So today is going to be hot though, and dangerously hot. So be very careful when you're out. The humidity is through the roof. Highs today of 91, lows of 70. It's going to feel much hotter than that, though. So please be careful. Make sure everybody stays hydrated. Check on your friends and neighbors that may not have air conditioning. And just help folks. Tomorrow on Friday, highs of 85, lows of 70, with that kind of a higher chance of rain tomorrow. Then on Saturday, kind of the same, 60% chance of rain, highs of 87, lows of 72, and going on and so forth through the beginning of your work week. Looks like the middle of next week might calm down just a little bit.
I don't know.
We'll take 80.
Looks like the rest of this week's going to be wild.
It's going to be wild.
It's going to be 100 degrees and a thunderstorm every day.
And I mean, which puts the humidity through the roof, which makes it seem 10 degrees hotter than it really is.
Yep.
It's dangerously hot. They were even talking about our neck of the woods on the national news this morning, just saying, it's going to be one of the hottest places in the country this weekend. So please be very careful when you're out and about.
Yep.
A few things in the news. Not a good story to report.
I've got a good story. Which do you want to do first? Get the bad out of the way?
Let's get the bad out of the way. So I do want to thank Pete Wilson for giving us this story. We talked about yesterday the fact that State Route 93 north of MacArthur yesterday was closed down due to a car crash, and the outcome was not certainly one that you like to report. It was a head-on crash early yesterday morning in Swan Township on State Route 93 in northern Vinton County. It resulted, unfortunately, in one driver being killed and the other severely injured. According to the Jackson Post of the Ohio State Highway Patrol, the crash occurred at 6:47 a.m. Wednesday on State Route 93. It was between Schertz Road and Woodgeared Road and involved two pickup trucks. It occurred when a 1997 model Ford Ranger pickup driven by Casey Jordan, who's 22, of Albany, was driven northbound when it crossed the center line and drove head-on into a Dodge Ram pickup driven by David Mamone, who is from Lancaster, 62 years old. Jordan was pronounced deceased at the scene and extricated from the vehicle by mechanical means. Mamone was flown to Grant Medical Center with incapacitating injuries. So the Vinton County Sheriff's Office, Ohio Department of Transportation, MacArthur Fire Department, and Vinton County EMS all assisted. Patrol spokesman did say motorists are encouraged to always wear your seatbelt on every trip. So unfortunate news that we had to report this morning.
Very sad.
Yeah. Don't like to hear
Wear
that.
your seatbelt.
We've had two, this is now three
in the
young
last week.
lives lost within a week here in our area. And it's just, not okay. So it's just very strange. So just
be very careful on the roadways.
Be very careful. Wear your seatbelts if you
Wear your
can,
seatbelts.
and all of that. So,
Yep.
All right. Good news.
Good news. Okay. Well, do you want to talk voter turnout?
That's hilarious news.
Or library?
I want to talk about. We can just mention voter turnout.
Yeah. there wasn't any.
That there wasn't any. We did have an election, folks, on Tuesday, and
so this gentleman, Shane Wilkin, he won the. You want to get
the GOP nod for the state Senate seat,
right? And so that was the most notable contested election, contested race in the election, which saw a blistering 4.9% voter turnout in Jackson County. 4.9, less than 5%.
Thank you to Benton County, who came in just under 10%.
Yeah, blistering 7%.
So yeah, but it's just one of those things where it's really hard to get people to go vote on something that they don't even know what the heck the office is.
Yeah.
We were talking about that. One of them was like a
Democratic Party committee man or something like that. Yeah,
like what the heck is that? We don't know. I mean, if you and I don't know.
Never heard of that before.
No. So
why are you supposed to? And I've never heard of the people running. It's not like they're out, making themselves known to the community or whatever.
Right. So it is,
I mean, did that guy
it.
come to Jackson and talk any?
I mean, if he did, I don't know.
I mean, the other guy I saw, they put up like 2 signs for him, like the day of the election.
There were some signs
out there.
Like
the smallest sign you've ever seen. And it's like, how are you going to get people excited about it if you don't?
I don't know. The special elections are just strange.
I don't know. Weird.
Yeah, for sure. So anyway, I mean, thanks to the people that did turn out to vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't. We are here making fun of something, and
we're the problem.
We're making fun of ourselves because
Well, we're not the problem. The problem is the weird special election.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And talking with folks on the board of election, and it's not our fault.
It's not our fault. It's these kids.
Kids today.
Wait, are we out of touch? Are we getting old and out of touch?
Kids today.
No, it's the kids.
The world is going to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah.
Because of kids today. No, we were just kidding about that. But also, one other thing I wanted to note, and then we'll talk about fun stuff at the library, because that was really cool. You sent me a picture. Members of the Wellston Lions Club will be stationed next to the Veal booth this week to collect hygiene, cleaning items, and cleaning items to be sent to Kentucky for the latest flood victims. Because you want to talk about sad and needing help. I mean, these people, they've literally, some of them are like, people have donated their travel trailers and stuff for people to have a place to go, to stay, because their homes are wrecked. And, it's crazy. Donations may include cards like Save a Lot grocery, gas, etc., bleach, hand sanitizer, Clorox wipes, brooms, mops, paper towels, toilet paper, disposable gloves, and basic hygiene items, toothbrushes, toothpaste, soap, etc. Members are accepting donations Tuesday, August 2nd, that was a couple days ago, and today, Thursday, August 4th, from 5 to 7 p.m. each day. Monetary donations will be accepted as well. On Friday, August 5th, from 11 a.m. to 7, and Saturday, August 6th, from 10 a.m. to 3, the Lions Club Road Sale will be taking place, and members will also be taking donations at that time while the Veal booth is open. So donations can be, let's see. There are some other drop-off in Oak Hill and Jackson. Donations can be dropped off Oak Hill at the Piggly
Wiggly.
Thank you. Piggly Wiggly this Thursday evening, today, from 5 to 7. And next to the Murphy's gas station in front of Jackson Walmart tomorrow from 5 to 6. So if you'd like to help those folks out in Kentucky who desperately, as we were all just sitting here talking about helping folks, they desperately need help, and they've lost everything. And there's so many of them. And including they've lost lives as well. It's really sad. So if you could help, do it.
Do it.
All right. So you sent me a really cool picture yesterday.
Yeah. So yesterday, the Jackson City Library Summer Reading Program had the Ohio Canid Center. What is that? Well, it's wolves.
Wolves. Look at that. A wolf in the library.
Yeah. So this lady, so this is a a company there out of Northern Ohio that sort of raise awareness and educational programs about wolves and like dispelling the myths about wolves and things like that.
Okay.
And they tour around to libraries and things like that and talk about wolves and what their place is. Yeah. And what their place is in the, ecosystem and why they're not like the scary predator that's going to come kill all your livestock that a lot of
Well, I think it's because that's how it's portrayed in the movies and in pictures and all that stuff. So
there's this really great, I talk about the radio show This American Life all the time.
Mm-hmm.
There's a really great episode about wolves and, how the population has gone crazy over the time. And they read this article from a newspaper from the early 20th century or whatever. And it's this guy's account of hunting this wolf. And it's so bizarre, and it's written like he's this conquering hero that's been out chasing this wolf that's been destroying all of these farms and stuff like that. And that was the perception of wolves at the time.
Sure.
That one wolf was gonna wipe out every cattle
every farm from here to Chillicothe.
And then they hire this Daniel Boone wannabe guy to go chase it all across the country.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's really crazy. But this was a really, really cool program. Really, really neat. And I was under the impression that it was the final summer library event.
I thought it was too.
It was the last on the schedule we had.
Yes.
But 29 minutes ago, the library announced that next August 9th, is that Tuesday or Wednesday? That's Wednesday, right?
The 7th is it's Tuesday because the Sunday is the 7th.
Okay, so next Tuesday, August 9th at 1 p.m., Birds of Prey will be just on display at the Jackson Library. So that's going to be hawks and eagles and stuff like that. So
fun,
really cool.
Yeah,
really, really cool.
So, what did you learn about wolves that maybe surprised you yesterday while you were there? Did you get to? Could people pet the wolf?
There's no petting, unfortunately.
Okay. Does it look like a dog?
It looks like a big dog.
Okay.
I mean, if you saw that hanging around behind your house, you'd probably be like, "Is that a dog?"
Sure.
It was kind of funny. She put up with this one slide, and it was a husky and a German shepherd, and so some of these big dogs that are occasionally confused with wolves.
Yeah.
And she's like, none of those dogs are any closer related to a wolf than a Chihuahua. The domestic dogs are all equally as far away from being wolves.
Yes, absolutely.
Which I thought that was kind of interesting. I guess you kind of assume that
just because you look like something doesn't make you something.
Yeah, some of them would have been less.
Or ancestors of a mixture of a dog and a wolf or something like that.
Yeah, but it was pretty interesting. It was a neat little program. It was kind of short and sweet, and I think it was something that kids of all ages would have been interested in. The older kids probably would have followed what she was saying a little bit more, and the younger kids were like, "That's a big puppy."
I want to touch it. How many kids were like, "Can we touch it? Can we touch it?"
that.
I would have been that way as a big kid.
Yeah, so at the end, I'll show this picture again. The restraint of these little kids to not come over that table,
right,
was pretty impressive.
That is so good.
But yeah, so these guys have a website and a Facebook page. So it's OhioCanidCenter.com. That's CANID. And they also have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and they do school visits, library visits, and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. So
really, really neat program. Kids
Love
were really
that.
into it.
Well, thank you for going because we were talking about it after the show yesterday.
Well, I was sitting here. I was like, man, this day's dragging. This and that stressing me out.
Let's go get see a wolf.
Oh, it's 3:00. I'm going to go to the library. I'm going to go to the library story time.
This big kid's going to the library.
Yeah, I'm going to the library. And I'll tell you another thing. If you're just needing some animal time to kind of chill out or whatever.
Yeah.
The wolves aren't there anymore, and the birds won't be there until next week. But they've got these 2 guinea pigs at the library.
I could not believe how big they are.
They're about the size of a football.
They're huge. They're yes, they look like a football.
Yeah, they're way bigger than the guinea pig I had as a kid.
I thought guinea pigs were just like this big.
Yeah.
They are huge
They're
guinea
the
pigs.
fattest guinea pigs I've ever seen.
But yes, you can have some guinea pig time
and
at
so
the
their
library.
names are Biggles and Gwen E. Pig.
Gwen E. Pig.
Yep.
Pun intended.
I think so. I think the pun is intended. But yeah, so they're really cute and freaking enormous.
I walked in for that meeting the other day and I was like, oh, I haven't seen the guinea pigs in a while. And I was like,
what are you feeding these things?
Gosh, they're huge. They're so fat and cute. Like,
Yeah.
I just can't even.
Oh, here's another wolf fact that I thought was interesting.
Yes.
So I don't know. Let me bring this picture back up. So you can kind of see him back there. He's pretty big, but he's also pretty lean.
He's very lanky.
So, and she asked the little kids, like, how much do you think he weighs?
That wolf, well, I know what Marley weighs.
Okay,
so
what does Marley weigh?
Marley weighs 85 pounds.
Yeah, so that's about the same as what that guy weighs. Maybe
Okay.
maybe you go close, maybe a little closer to 90. But she pointed out that it's pretty rare for wolves to be more than like 100, 110 pounds.
Okay.
And then a lot of times people think of them as being like bigger and
Well, because again, they're
ferocious.
portrayed that way in the movies and whatever, these big, monsters that are coming after
Yeah.
you. And that's not what they
Yeah.
are at all. So now, wolves in the wild, are there wolves around our area in the wild?
I don't know.
Did
I mean,
she
she
say?
talked a little bit about like coyotes and things like that we have
Yes.
a little bit more of around here.
Yeah.
But I didn't catch her whole presentation. I just kind of
gotcha.
caught the end of it.
Okay. Gotcha. It's interesting. You see a coyote. I remember I was at my house one time and I figured I'd see a lot more coyotes than I do, but I've seen 2 since we've lived there. And it's been, 18 years or something like that now. But one ran, I mean, it just kind of trotted right behind like our back door. And I was just at the kitchen window, like doing dishes. I'm like,
Yeah.
but he just kept on going and they are
Yeah.
ugly little boogers. They look like mangy little dogs.
Yeah, you're not gonna.
You're not like,
you're
oh,
not
you're
gonna
so
confuse a
cute.
coyote with that guy.
No. Wolves are, I think they're more regal looking.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, coyotes, not so much.
But it was really neat. I mean, all those summer library programs are really neat.
They are very,
And
very
I'm sure,
cool.
Yeah, and I'm sure that one next week will be no exception.
And we're so fortunate to have such a wonderful group at our Jackson Library and our surrounding libraries because they all do great things.
They're all fantastic. We are lucky
Blessed.
to have a community that's as small as us and have as many good libraries as we do.
We do. You're right. Absolutely. And the amenities that they have.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
All right. Well, have to get out of here for the day. Tomorrow, I don't know whether I'm looking forward to it or dreading it. I'm not.
Yes.
I'm not sure. Our sweet Ella, who has been manning the front desk this summer, and we want to thank her. She's been doing a wonderful job up front. So I think it will be her last day.
Yeah, and it's also Ethan the intern, aka Sushi, aka Yoshi.
All of those. Ethan the
of-
intern. It's
Ethan
his
the
last day.
It's his last day too.
And he has done an amazing job and learned a lot. And but we want to thank him for his service as well here. But Ella is bringing us some things.
She's going to make us drink gross stuff.
Taste test tomorrow.
Yeah, we're doing taste tests tomorrow. It's going to be real bad.
We're looking kind of forward to it, but not really.
She's really excited
She's
about it.
super excited. So we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Because who's going to tell Ella now?
No,
I'm not.
I'm not.
So we'll be doing that tomorrow. And you never know what else we're going to get into on Friday. So.
Yep.
All right.
Finally
well,
Friday.
Finally Friday. Have a great day, everyone. We appreciate you. And thank you so much for watching. Thanks to Dennis Reinhardt for coming in. And we will see you right back here tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Bye.